Okay. And then I'm going to admit all. Ooh, what just happened? I can't.
I want an umbrella.
Hi, hi, hi. Do you have a drink?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. There we go.
That's
a nice drink.
I have to get my
Welcome,
umbrella.
everyone. Welcome, welcome. Set up professional audio and audio settings. Why are they asking me that now? Come on in, everybody. Just grab a drink. Cocktail, mocktail, coffee, whatever does you right. Let's see. There we go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So Moscow Mule is not the same when they're not in the copper cup.
It's not the same. No.
Yeah.
Not the same. But it was a good try. I see a headband. Jen's representing.
Man, is this the softest yarn, silkiest yarn ever? It's awesome. I want everything I own made out of this.
You do.
Oh, wait. Say something again, Jen.
I said it's the softest yarn ever. I want everything I own made out of it.
Perfect. Okay. I just want to take a screenshot, but I missed you. But good. I'm so glad you like it. We are so we are really, really happy with it. This was a little bit of a departure from us. The whole month. And look, Laverne's here.
Yay!
The dyer is here.
Sorry.
This was whatever aqua couch. You need to scooch forward with your blackberry
I
margarita.
went a little wild. Sorry.
I have this couch here because I don't have children.
I am a child.
I mean, I have children, but not here. Okay, back to the yarn. So this whole summer has been a little bit of a departure for us, not because we have never used wool-free yarns before, because we absolutely have, but we've never focused back to back on featuring yarns that didn't have wool, but also looking into different fibers and just sort of what we could do with them. So we had a really fun time with this. We had a great collaboration with Laverne, and I don't know if any of you were able to see the interview with Laverne on Facebook, but she taught us a lot about our company, and we were just really happy to be part of this step on her business journey. So I'm so glad to hear that you're enjoying working with it. For sure.
Yeah, I had never heard of Tencel before, and I watched Laverne both on your video, Vicki, and also with Christy Glass. And it's an amazing story, and Laverne, wish you all the best. And I can't wait to figure out my next pattern and order some more.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
You're welcome.
So Laverne, since we have you here and we're still waiting for people to join,
Yes.
why don't you take, because not everybody saw the interview, why don't you take a second to talk about, again, about how you came upon using Tencel, and then if you would show a couple other of your colors for people to, if they want to make everything out of it, then they're going to need to know what their options are, so they can come to you and get more yarn. I will say, before you start, we're telling you before everybody who's here, before anybody else, we are going to be releasing some more of these hanks of Fruity Cocktail within the next few days, so people can get more of it. It's limited edition, so once these are gone, they're gone, but we are going to be releasing them. We just wanted to make sure that all boxes went out first. All right, you're on, Laverne.
Oh, very nice. Hey, everybody. I'm glad I could pop in tonight. Yeah, my yarn journey has been an interesting one. I started dyeing yarn a little bit over a year ago. I'm a crochet artist. I love crochet. But when we went on lockdown, I started playing around with some of my other fiber friends. We dyed yarn and I fell in love. And I started dyeing Pima cotton first because I love making amigurumi. So I love the way that amigurumi looks in Pima cotton. The stitch definition is great. And the wholesaler that I was buying my yarn from had something called Tencel. I thought I'd figure out, well, what is this? And it's yarn made from wood. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I ordered it. I thought it was going to be scratchy. And even though it looked nice and shiny, I thought, well, it's going to be a little scratchy. Oh, it's soft as butter. You guys know, you've had it in your hands already, right? and I fell in love because it's plant-based. It's made from little chips of wood that they grind up, they extract the fibers, turn it into a yarn, and the waste from it actually gets reused again. So it's pretty eco-friendly. So it's pretty nice. And I just fell in love. And it just, when you put it next to your skin, oh, it's wonderful.
So the other thing that, in case people missed the interview, that folks may not know is that you're a one-woman company. And so
Yes.
all of this yarn that everyone has in their hands was actually dyed by you
Yes.
when you
Yes.
weren't, you know, out there in the world doing your other job.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just crazy and impressive. And for me as the owner of YarnYAY, it's really important to me that we work with independent artists of all different walks of life. And what I've really enjoyed is how many women I've personally connected to whose stories have blossomed because of knitting, and that could be, or crochet, and that could be because, you know, because of motherhood, as it was with me, caused a pivot in career, or a global pandemic, you know, it
Right.
But the great thing about that is that we've got this community filled with people from completely different worlds. So we've got this amazing network to tap into of people with different careers and backgrounds. And I just think it's just such a gift. So it's been such a pleasure.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting. It is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed meeting lots of new folks, and you know, I guess it's a good thing that's come out of all of this is that we've had forums like this where you can touch people across the country and across the world. So,
what is how is your color palette or your dye process? How have they changed since you first started?
sure. I started off with just a handful, right? I just started playing in the colors, and you know, these are all of my colorways behind me. So I think you can see just about all of them in the frame. But yeah, I started off with a handful, the basics, and just kind of started experimenting and branching out. I decided that I was going to name all of my yarns after fruit to keep with the peach theme and the orchard. And so you can imagine trying to find a turquoise color fruit was very interesting.
So what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is called porcelain berry. And they are a small, beautiful little berry that come in like a turquoise and a violet and a purplish, you know, option. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. So if you're a little bit, if you are a little bit of a nerd like me, you can do some fun research and take a look at the orange, which is a Chihoro Asian pear, and see what that looks like. Or a purple appleberry, which I had never heard of before. So yeah.
Any of those fruits?
No, so I want to do a challenge. I really want to hook up with like Fruits and Roots or some company and do like a fun challenge to try all of these fruits that I've never tried. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. What about, have you tried dyeing with any of these fruits?
No, so dyeing with cellulose fibers and with natural dyes can be challenging. And so I had not done enough research to get the chemistry just right. You listen, Chem 101, I was the only class in college I ever failed. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do it.
You got Chem 101. Rather than I.
And but yeah, so the first thing I tried was red roses. I tried red roses, and they were it dyed. It was so pretty. It was beautiful, nice pink, and oh, it was amazing. And then I went to rinse them out, and all of the color left.
Yeah, that really seems to only work with wool, unfortunately. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I've tried with blueberries, but again, it's wool. And then of
Yeah.
course, avocados, or the skins of avocados are amazing. But
Yeah.
just joining us, we are speaking with Laverne from Bzy Peach. She actually hand dyed all of the yarn that you are working with this month if you opted in for the August box. I also neglected to introduce the team. So we've got, before we introduce the team here, we've got Chris in his Miami Vice colors, because he brings it. And he is who is putting up all of the products on the website. He also does some designing for us. He'll make the charts that you see for knitting and crochet, amongst other things. And then we've got Miss Karen to my right. Anytime you write in, she is the one writing back. And then she also helps keep us organized here and helps pack boxes, along with Miss Becky, who is, she's currently the gal Friday, but moving into more of a maker role. She does a lot of the sample making, actually, as does Chris, but also all of those cute little illustrations you're starting to see, especially for our Block Builder Club, those are hers. And then she is also packing all of your orders as well. And then anything that you see styled or made around here, it's very, very probable that she has had a hand in it. So we are all here. We're all moms, and so we're normally home at this time doing the Zoom, but we decided that since it was a fruity cocktail theme,
We kind of had to.
we kind of had to all be together. And we are going to be doing a demo during the last half of this session. We are going to show how just a couple different techniques, super easy techniques for painting beads for the kits that came in this month's box. And you can also just buy the kits on their own at YarnYAY.com. Vicki, I see your hands up.
I think Felicity's there too. Felicity join?
Vicki had a question, but I don't know.
No, just saying hello. I don't want anyone to see me. I'm not dressed.
That's fair. I mean, I'm wearing my robe, so neither am I.
Hey, Vicki, I see Felicity's joined us as well.
Okay, Felicity's here. I don't know where, but she's here somewhere. So Felicity, all of the newsletters that you get in your inbox several times a week, all of that good stuff, she puts together those and our ads as well. So she's also a mom. She lives here too, but she has a kiddo that she had to drop off at football practice, high school football practice. So that's what we're doing. All right, so let's start as we always do. What?
I see her.
Okay, let's start as we always do, sharing what we're making. Anybody who wants to share?
Sorry.
It's like, I know, we need a bigger screen.
I'll start.
I'd love to see what you're making. So we'll do that for a bit, and then we'll do a little tutorial, and then we'll end with some not very well thought out trivia questions. And the prizes will be the Not Yet on the Stands Vogue and Knitting magazine, the latest issue. We have 3 of those to give away. So we'll wrap up with that at the end. All right, who would like to share first?
Jennifer.
Hey, Vicki, I am finally using, not finally, haven't had it very long, the yarn from the Pride box that we received. I can't remember. Oh yeah. And I'm making fingerless mitts. I have one almost made. I'm working on the thumb. It's just a really easy pattern, a 3x2 rib. I taught myself the Norwegian purling and knitting, which is much better to do in the round. It keeps everything pretty tight. And so this has been a really good practice. I'm so excited. I may have, look how much is left. I may have enough left for another one. That yarn was huge. We got so much of that.
Yeah, well,
really cool box.
It was supposed to be you got that yardage so that you could make a long scarf, so that you definitely will have enough to make either another pair or maybe a beanie, not a slouchy beanie, but maybe a beanie. Yeah. That yarn is by Fully Spun. The dyer's name is Brooke, and she is so talented. And we are thrilled to have her back in our Advent box, which is currently in pre-sale if you're interested. And we're doing a little something different for that Advent box. Last time, I don't know if any of you got it, our 24 Days of Yay last year. It was 20 plus different businesses, and it was different swatch and different yarn every day. And it was a ton of fun, but we decided to pivot, just try something new this year. And we're just doing a month of Yay, but we're doing weekly. You'll get a box that has something for every week, and you get a full hank from 4 different dyers or yarn companies. And then there'll be all kinds of like little trinkets and stuff, and there'll be a really sort of juicy wide scarf pattern and you'll get it dribbled out over those 4 weeks. And that way we were able to let you choose your palette. So we have one of 2 palettes. So if you want to pre-order that, Chris has just put that link up in our chat session. So thank you for sharing that, Jen.
Sure, it's lovely yarn. I actually poked around her website. My gunkle, he doesn't mind when I call him that. I said, I got rainbow yarn. What do you want, a hat or mitts? And he wanted fingerless mitts.
I love it. I love it. Oh, that's great. Well, please, if he sends you a picture of him modeling them, please send it to us. We'd love that. Okay, who else would like to share what they're making?
Hello.
Hello. Linda? Oh, Linda, look at that.
Cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
I was taking a break from more serious knitting, and I started doing these things last year for charity, but I never got them done. So this is a pattern. It's on Ravelry. It's called Huckleberry Friend, and it's got the hat and the sweater and the skirt all in it. And the little doll is bendable muslin doll from Joann's, which of course I still need to give her a face and some hair and some shoes. But anyway, I'm just kind of getting started early and doing something easy.
Well, I'm not sure how easy that is, but how are you going to apply the face? Will you paint it on, embroider it, sew on felt? What are you thinking?
I will probably embroider it. That's all I've ever done before on dolls. So that's probably what I'll do.
Well, it's looking dapper.
Super cute.
Great job, Linda.
Thank you.
Oh, Ellen's hand is up. Ellen?
Hi.
I think you're still muted.
It's a whole lot easier when you unmute yourself. I am working on a scarf that I've been working on forever. It's some sort of sock yarn I picked up on a sock hop. I'm sitting on the porch of my cottage, and I have this much yarn left. So maybe tonight I'll finish it.
You'll finish it. Yeah, you're on the home stretch. I'm gonna put that
I
down.
haven't knitted in a month.
Have you been in a slump?
No, just busy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll soon stop being it won't be so hot. So you may not be hot where you are. It's so hot.
Oh, no, it's in the 80s. It's in the 80s, and I'm a half an hour south of Mackinac Island right now.
The 80s sounds delightful.
In Michigan.
It's
It's
like-
beautiful. I'm seeing it through the trees. I'm seeing the sunset on the lake.
Oh, that's lovely. Are you getting more drink?
Oh, just for Karen, just in case. Y'all don't need to see that.
Good job drawing attention to that, Becky. Great job. Cheers. Well, thank you, Ellen. I'm not seeing hands. So I'm just gonna start asking.
So I was like,
Hey,
just in
Elizabeth,
case,
you want to
just
share
in case,
anything?
Just in case.
I don't know if there's 2 Elizabeths, but I will share.
Very good.
I just finished a project, so I'm in between, but I made the, I think it's the Age of Brass and Steam kerchief, but I had a gradient yarn from last year. It was a Halloween yarn, Sleepy Hollow. So I just finished that.
Who
so
does that? Whose yarn is that?
It's Knit Circus.
Beautiful.
They're in Wisconsin, I believe.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So they do a bunch of gradient yarns, and then like other, I think that's what they're mostly known for, is different gradients. But I've had it for a year. I finally put it to use. So
I think that shawl pattern has been on my Ravelry queue for like 5 years.
Oh, really?
And I've
yeah, actually, Mindy from Chrysalis Yarns recommended this pattern to me, but I had struggled because the beginning of it is a I forget what it's called, a garter swatch.
Garter tab. Mhm.
Yes. So I had an issue with that. I've never done that before. So that was a new technique I learned.
Oh, in the center, the spine?
Yeah.
Yeah, the beginning of it I had issues with that, but I watched some YouTube videos and I got it down.
You got it?
Yes.
That's the best. Now you've got that to put in your skill arsenal. That's great. Well, it's beautiful. I love it. And I'm gonna look into Knit Circus. Maybe they could be a future
Yeah.
yarn partner.
Yeah. Yarn's beautiful.
Thank you.
What about you, Baron?
I am working on this month's project.
Which one are you doing?
I had to restart a couple of times. I dropped down 2 needle sizes because it wasn't working out, but I'm doing the knit project and the yarn is gorgeous and just excited about working with it.
Okay.
I also have the yarn keyed up to do the anniversary box.
Oh,
The
good.
purse from the anniversary box. And I was wondering if there's 2 pieces, can I knit them both? Is it a bad idea to knit them both at the same time? Does it not matter? Like you knit one side and you knit the other side, just to keep my gauge the same. That makes sense?
Wait, for the like our anniversary box, the May box?
Yeah. There's a purse and
Oh,
I went through.
Girl, let me just tell you, when you put out a new box every single month, it's
I
like,
know, well, that's fine. I'm just trying to explain.
You don't know.
oh, you could absolutely do it at this. Yeah, you could absolutely do them 2 at the same time. Becky, you do that sometimes, right? You'll make like 2 things at the same time or parts of 2 at the same time just to, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you can even make it one long one and just double it and just, you know, skip the seaming the
Like
way I
fold
did
it?
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
either
it's
way.
great.
Yeah, any of that would work.
That's good to know too.
Yeah, so yeah, I really loved that project. In fact, this is the stitch from it.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
And it might have been, I mean, this might be my favorite sort of happy accident that's ever happened with this business, and there's been a lot, with having to figure out how to combine 2 yarns that you didn't plan on combining. And I just thought it was so special what this stitch pattern did with these yarns. So I hope you're enjoying working with it. Vicki, your hand is up, I believe, unless I didn't know how to put your hand down before, which is also possible.
No, my hand's up, but I'm not up. I just wanted to show you the skirt I'm working on for my daughter. It's by Anna D. It's a mermaid maxi beach skirt.
How are you showing it to us? I'm confused.
You might have to put yourself on she might have to put.
Does that work?
I'd see a black square.
Okay, I don't know how to do it. This is my first time joining in.
Oh, okay. The other thing, well, let's see. Hand. So there should be at the very bottom, you'll see a little camera, bottom left.
Oh, share content.
It should say like stop video or video. Like there should be a little.
No, I don't see it. Anyway, that's okay. I'll join in another time when I get better at this.
Well, but please stay on. You don't have to. You don't have to. Be
Oh,
on
I'm not going to leave. I'm not leaving. I just don't know how to work Zoom. This is my first time.
No problem. No problem. And in fact, that's something that we should probably think about doing, is putting together a little like video tutorial for this kind of thing.
I'm old.
That doesn't matter. There's a lot of people that, I mean, so many people never even knew what Zoom was before the pandemic, right? When everybody had to learn it. So yeah, so we'll put it together. It's probably some simple setting on whatever device you're on.
I'll get with one of my grandkids. I'm grateful to be here, and thank you for doing this.
I'm happy to see another Vicki that spells her name with an IE.
Oh yeah, I've cursed that my whole life. I thought I should be Victoria.
Oh, you're not a Victoria either?
No.
Me neither. So I always, yeah.
When I was in 3rd grade, there was 5 Vickies in my class. We all spelled it different.
That's, oh my God. That's funny. Nobody ever spells my name right. And so when I was in 6th grade, I went through this like rebellious thing where I spelled my name differently on every single school paper I turned in. Like I just started making up spellings. Nobody.
Oh, that's cute.
But I felt like I made a statement. Okay, so Amanda.
Okay, so last month I shared that we were gonna do our like first market since COVID hit.
Yeah.
They canceled it.
Oh, no.
So it's supposed to be this Friday. So I do have some little friends I had made. They're little bats.
Oh my goodness.
And
I love
I have
them.
5. So there's this one. There's this one.
I love
Aww. And then there's a little pink one. And then I figured I might as well do an orange one for Halloween.
I
I love the
Oh my gosh.
And then this one's not quite done yet, but this one I started yesterday. I gotta put its ears on and its legs on.
super
Yes.
cute.
So cute. Will you be able to sell them online then?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put them on my Etsy because the person that did the pattern, that's why she writes the patterns is so that you can resell them once you make them and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna make one that's actually like a candy corn, like it'll be striped. So
Cute. And then you can do a candy cane and just keep going.
yeah, I ordered the yarn for the candy cane today because I was like, because the minute I like was like, okay, everybody's doing candy corns. Oh, I was like, oh, I'll get the candy cane now because that yarn will be sold out soon.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cute. Oh, I love it. Well, let's take a break for painting and then we'll come back to this. Let's take a break for tutorial. So we're going to, I think that you can pin it, or can I?
You should be able to.
Okay,
No
so
idea.
this is our hand cam. Beckles, are you gonna
Not like yourself.
All right.
Okay, so we are going to show. So,
Vicky should spotlight herself.
this is not.
Yeah, I think it's Spotlight, Vicky.
It's spotlight.
And spotlight.
Oh, Karen, can you make the magic happen? So I just pinned it for myself, the person that doesn't.
Oh,
need to
you
see
can.
it at all.
Okay, good.
That's good. That was a
See,
good
you
one.
know, we're all learning with
Great
this
job,
new
great job.
technology. You
Professionals.
know, we are.
Okay, so we are going to be talking about painting, and if you did not get this box, this works in beads that you can find online or at the craft store, or of course you can still get the box or get our kit. So we just wanted to show you a couple different techniques that you could give a try. These beads are actually really great.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there real quick because I think this one needs to be muted and then that one needs to be turned on.
Oh, does it?
Okay.
Dance. Okay. All right. And we're back. All right. So I recommend getting beads if you're doing this with just beads that you've bought, not within the kit. I recommend getting the unfinished ones if possible, because the paint will sort of chip off of ones that have any kind of lacquer unless you sand them down and or add a primer. I don't know, but I don't have time for that. So this just makes it easier, and they're super inexpensive and fun to do that. I really love, my favorite beads are these geometric ones. I use them all the time. And they're great just as is, completely covered, or doing what I'll show you first, which is what I did in our necklace. Hey, Karen, can you hand me the necklace? I think it's in the box, so that I can show them. So the necklace that I felt like I had more light than this, but
Can I chime in real
myself.
quick?
So for this particular one, I wanted to just cover the front, but you could do every single facet a different color if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. So all you need to do, you could definitely freehand it if you feel brave. I did not. So if you just take some painter's tape or plain old masking tape works, and then you just tape off the sides. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to make sure that you run, your nail or whatever along the edges so it doesn't bleed through, unless you want the bleed through situation. It's too late, I committed.
Okay.
They got me scissors so it looked pretty, but I've committed now. So, so you just tape around. And that is literally the entire technique. So you take your brush, and any brush will really work. But the ones that came in the kit are nice because they're nice and flat. So it gives you a little bit of control. So you want to make sure that you don't glob on too much, because that's when things start to seep through. It's better to do a thin coat and then let it dry for a few minutes, and then do another coat. And then I don't know if this will work because I haven't done another coat, but when you pull the tape off, it does its job. And so it'll end up just being the cover like that. So super simple. All right,
Beck, you want to step in and then I'll step out and then you can do the next thing?
Sure. So we talked about another style that you can do that's pretty simple, is actually just dotting it. So you could pre-paint it, and I apologize for my paint on my hands, but you could pre-paint it any color. I'm just going to do it on the nude, just the plain wood, but you can actually take the end of your paintbrush and dip it into the paint. And then you're just going to use that as like a dotting tool. So you just kind of dot, dot. And you could do like multiple colors, one color, a pattern, you know, big ones, small ones, maybe all like clustered together. You could even do flowers, I think, if you do like a little.
Here's this one too.
Yeah, so you can kind of go around, almost like if you've ever watched nail painting tutorials. Does anybody else do that like I do in the middle of the night?
That was the most Becky statement that's ever been Becky.
You know, you're just scrolling and you see some nail painting tutorials. You're like, oh yeah, I can make a flower on my nail. Anyway, so there's that. But Vicky has this one that's been pre-painted with black, and then she did the white dots, which is really cute.
And that black paint, I think, I might be wrong, but I think that might even be chalkboard paint, which actually works really well if you're using the technique that you'll be talking about later with pens. But anytime you're going to layer one color on another color, it works really well to have a super matte, or in that case, chalkboard paint. It helps the other paint not smear. It's kind of just like a foolproof thing. One thing that I realized that we should have led with is that as I'm painting, I decided to go over this one with paint everywhere. If you don't want to hold it with your fingers, do as Becky just did. You can get skewers, just a cheapy packs of skewers anywhere. They have them at the grocery store, and you can just slide them on and hold them to paint. And you can let them dry over, we don't have one here, but you can let them just dry like this over a jar or a cup that way. If you wanted to, this one's kind of slidey, but if you needed one to not be slidey for some reason, that's the technical term, you can add a little bit of tape, smooch it up on the tip, and then hold it that way as well. And then you can just hold it up, and then that way you can let them dry, just, you know, standing up in a cup.
Or I've even used knitting needles, like kind of rogue ones that I only have one of, as just something, because it's a little bit thicker and it'll hold the bead steady too.
Some questions also.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's that. All right. So another really simple technique, and that's the thing, is that it's really easy to get caught up in, oh, you know, I don't know how to paint. I'm not an artist. Like, I mean, Becky legit has a degree in illustration, so she doesn't count. But for me, I'm not an artist. And so sometimes, you know, doing things with paint can be a little bit intimidating. And one of the things that I thought was really freeing was a technique that is just brushing. So what's really beautiful about this particular bead, and I did the same on this, is that I made the messy strokes a design detail. So all that you do is you can grab whichever brush, and let me get a little skewer. And you can just decide, okay, I'm just going to do 1/2. If you have excess paint, start at the top, because what you want is you want the brush marks. You want that uneven, brushy stroke. Okay, so at first, you might have noticed that you couldn't really see them, but then once you start turning, and you can make some go down a little bit further. And it actually works even better if you have a brush. This one is a little bit too even. I don't know if I have one here, but if you have a brush that has more of a tip, that works really well. But what you can do when you don't have that is you can go in, I'm trying to go around the tripod. You can go in at an angle and create these brush strokes that way. So if you have a pointy brush, just to reiterate, you can come this way and you'll get these, it's easier to see on my black ones, so I'll just show you. You get these great, you know, sort of like dramatic drops. If you don't, you have to sort of fake it by sliding it, or you can take this brush that came with the kit and you can cut brushes cut some of the, what are these called? Hairs?
Mhm.
Whatever those are. Mhm, sure.
They're
You can cut those at an angle. So that's it. Super simple. You probably will need more than one coat. So what I would say is work up here where it's going to be solid first, and then you can sort of draw out this way so that the least amount of paint comes down all the way to the end.
Mhm.
All right. Do you want to talk? Oh, what are you doing? You just went rogue?
So I went rogue. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna pre-paint some beads because I brought in some paint pens. So if you want to get really detaily with designs, those work great. I have these Posca markers that are paint pens, and they kind of work on anything, but they have a really fine end. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Those are great. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's what I used on this when I did that workshop with Anna Joyce. That's the other thing is you can use these pens, or if you're just starting out and just, you know, this kit is really, you know, if you're like, that's frankly the only time I'm ever going to do this in life, then you can use the flat brush again and just do little dashes. And they don't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if they're not. These are sort of like art pieces. Any little tiny differences makes it unique and it makes it feel special. And then of course you can just paint solids. So do you have any dry, here, you could do them on this one. It's not going, we're gonna have to put some tape on this.
Okay.
Here, let's try paste this. So we're gonna round off by you. Oh, dip, do that.
Okay.
Do a dip and then we'll do the pens and then we'll go back to show and tell.
So this one, when I went rogue, I painted this. And I actually figured out that these paint brushes, if you have an extra one, we've got quite a few left over that I just used as a holder because it doesn't slide around. So I'm actually just gonna dip it. So if painting is not your jam, you can totally just like dip it in there. And you can dip it. This might not work as well because it's kind of flat.
Do a different thing.
You know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try this. We're just gonna roll it in there, maybe. So I'm gonna see if I can get just this one side in it. Maybe. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh, that looks cute. And then what do you do with the little bubble?
So
Do you
it'll
smush it?
flatten out.
Oh, it will?
Actually, yeah. If you kind of leave it like this, it will flatten out. So I'm gonna leave it over here in our little. This is our drawing rack. So I'll just put it there, so you can see how it's kind of starting to.
Really fun with kids.
Yeah.
That's something you can help the kids. I prepped this one. This is what I was talking. This is for you to use with your pens, but this is what I was talking about before. So I wanted one that didn't slide up and down because you saw I was struggling with that a little bit with this one. I should have done that first. If you just take some of your tape and just wrap it around the top, then it gives it a little stopper to hold on.
Yep. Can you do that? There's another wet bead. So yeah, just these pens again. And I think because I'm kind of goofy and I like to draw faces on everything, then I'm actually going to draw a face on this one. So it's super simple. That one's rolling.
Can I take this?
Yes, you may. Okay. Thank you. So I'm just going to I like to draw these little kind of closed eye sleepy faces for whatever reason. And then you can make it whatever you want. And because I have freckles, I always add freckles. Beckles, as Vicky likes to call me. All right. And then I might let that dry and then I could do hair on the back or just leave it like that or whatever. But you could do a design too. You don't have to draw something so literal, like maybe even like zigzags.
Zigzags are great. Polka dots, of course. Dashes. Just like check marks, hash marks, any of those things actually look really great.
Like whatever, just kind of get wild. And these beads are so inexpensive. You can get like a whole ton of them, make a bunch of them, and then the ones that you like the most, you can make into the necklace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so that's fun.
All right, so that is all of our quick tips for now. So we're going to mute this one again. Will you unmute that one? And smash it.
Okay.
All right. So, do we have any questions? It looks like so far So far, so good. Okay, we still have a little bit of time before we'll do our giveaway. So I would love to see some more projects if you've got them. Would anybody else like to share? How about Mary Jo? Here, hold on, you need to unmute. Mary
There it
Jo.
is. Okay. I think I'm here.
Yep, you're here.
Working on a little sweater with a chainette yarn. And it's got this cool lace panel that increases on the side. It's super cute. The pattern is Cascada, Cascata t-shirt. And I have a question for all of you big fiber brains. I had a bag of yarn that I thought was all the same lot. I was wrong. So anyway, I've got 5 balls of one dye lot and 5 balls of a different dye lot. I used the different, what I'm calling the different dye lot, and you can see a little bit, I don't know how well you can see it on your side, but it's like a dusty shade different.
Yeah.
And so I'm negotiating amongst myself because I don't have enough of one color to finish it in a single color or a single dye lot of just finishing it in the darker dye lot. And then I'm negotiating if I call it deliberate and intentional because the one bar works in a really good place on the sweater to be a little bit different, or trying to over dye in a deeper yellow.
I personally would probably not go the latter. Can you use the same dye lot on the back side to create that same striping?
It's knitting around.
It's knitting around.
Yeah.
So Chris might have a better answer than this, because generally, like, the plan is when you have a situation like that is you kind of alternate dye lots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you find out after, I don't know, Chris, do you have any suggestions?
Well, my first suggestion is wait and see, because oftentimes, even when it looks like a different dye lot, the first time that you wash it, they both kind of mellow out.
Hadn't thought about that.
So that is a possibility. What we're trying to do is avoid having a hard line. So
yeah.
When you know that you have colors that are different, you either use a different color for like the cuffs and the trim where the direction is different or a texture is different. You've got like the worst possible situation because it's in the round. That said, usually when you're then switching from one dye lot to another, you try to do like some alternating rows so you don't have one line.
Yeah, it hits in a really good spot below the eyelets. And then it's just got the one bar that hits where the sleeves start. So it almost feels deliberate at this point. But, you know, I think it's going to take probably 1.5 balls to finish out the bottom edge of the sweater. So I'm thinking of going with the deliberate, but I'm going to hope for the best with your washing it scenario.
I think that sounds like a great plan. Both of those things.
I would start with that. I see Laverne has her hand up as well. Let's get an opinion from another dyer.
Yeah, over dyeing I think is going to be tough because that's a little bit more permanent, and if you don't do it exactly right, then
well, I'm just afraid the dye lots are going to take the new color differently because they started out differently.
Absolutely.
So I'm asking the big brains.
Yeah, unless you go darker, significantly darker, then you're right. You may still have a different intonality. So I like the other suggestions that you received.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. All right, we've got Sandra. Your mic is not on, I don't believe.
Oh, there we
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. I got it. I'm working on a quarter to quarter Afghan that I'm trying to get. I got 6 to make.
Oh,
Ambitious.
why 6?
Gifts for special friends. I have a whole bunch of people coming up for hunting this fall. So I wanted to make a hunting theme type deal. So they've all got deer on them.
Oh. Wow. That's a nice friend.
Oh, I enjoy when they come up. It's a real break.
When do you have to have them all finished by?
September, October, November.
That's September.
You know, I got time.
What number is that you're on?
1.
Okay,
Number 1.
You can do it.
We believe in you. That's great. I really like corner to corner. We haven't done that in a minute. We should maybe do corner to corner for a project coming up soon too. That's really fun. Well, thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I'll share a little bit if I could take a second.
Of course you can.
Well, first, Sandra, it's great to see another crocheter. If you're other crocheters out there, hey y'all. So not only do I enjoy dyeing, but like I said, I'm a crocheter, and so I love crocheting. So I've been working on some shawls, like a collection of shawls. And so this is the first one that's going to be released probably by the end of next month. And it's called Day at the Beach. See if I can give you a little preview here, but it's nice and big. It's all Pima cotton.
Love the colors.
Yeah. It's in, this is blueberry. This is called blue Java banana. This is polar berry is the white. And the gray is, I'm sorry, the beige is dragon eye fruit. So trying to find some new fruit names, but this is coming soon. It's a lot of fun.
Beautiful. I feel like you need to make a smoothie series.
Oh,
right? Like all the things you need to put in a smoothie, like a strawberry banana smoothie, or like
okay, Felicity, I like that. I like that idea.
That would be a cute little, like a little bundle of minis if we did that.
I am all in.
Yeah.
Right? I want a smoothie.
Yeah.
Scarf.
I want to smoothie.
Okay, well, Felicity, message me. We'll have to come up with some colors.
Oh my gosh, I would love to talk about this. Yay.
She'll do that in a second.
And it has to go with the recipe also.
Oh, yeah, I'll help with that. I got you.
Absolutely. Okay, I love that. Okay, before we do a couple of trivia, I just want to make sure there's nobody else that wanted to share. Did I miss anything? Anyone? Okay. All right. So we're going to do a couple of trivia questions. This is the latest issue of Vogue, hot off the presses. I really, really love the cowl that they have on the front. For some of you who, that is not the best. For those of you that made our, what do we call the cowl for Valentine's Day? Yeah, our lovey-dovey. Oh my gosh. Cowl. This is shaped the same way, where it's sort of a strand. It's a one long strip that's then sewed together. But what they added that's brilliant is then they picked up stitches and did a little turtleneck. And I just love it. I love the color blocking. Really, really cool. So that's the cover. But we have a few issues to give away. So if you'll just type your answer, because I can't see everybody all at one time, so I'm afraid I'll miss somebody. The first person to type the answer will get an issue. All right, so the first one is to go with our theme, our fruity cocktail theme. We have a couple, right? Yeah. Okay. What tropical fruit fiber is made into yarn? So what tropical fruits fiber is made into yarn? Okay. All right. All right.
Whoa,
All right.
whoa.
So Jen, barren pineapple is the answer we were looking for. Yes. So it's actually the leaf. Really big in the Philippines. It's called piña. Is that right? And it's made out of the fiber from the leaves. So well done. Somebody ready?
That's cool. Thanks for knowledge and the magazine.
Chris, are you writing?
I got it.
Okay. All right, our next one. So this one, should we do one that's thematic or not thematic? We'll do one that's not thematic. So this one is more of a, are you paying attention to the industry? What major yarn store and e-retailer recently was sold to the UK company Love Knitting? Okay, go. Yep. Who just, was it Lori? Is Lori the first one? Yeah. Lori, yes, Webbs. It was Webbs. Webbs was sold to Love Knitting, which is a company in the UK. They also own Love Crochet and Love Crafts. And the owners, Kathy and Steve of Webbs, also took leadership positions within that overall company, which is really great for the whole industry. So Kathy's still running Webbs, but she's also the chief yarn operator or something. Like, she's got some great, fantastic title and stuff. So that is that. So congratulations, Lori. All right. So the last one, we will go back. Yeah, I think we need to go back because I don't have to say the other thing. The last one, we're going to go back to our theme, and also in honor of Bzy Peach. All you need to do is name a cocktail that includes peach. That's it.
There's only one.
There is not. There are so many. Oh, is that one? We didn't even.
Cindy got, no.
Wait.
Maria.
Yeah, Maria was the first one. Bellini, yeah, which is literally, it's Prosecco and mushed up. Mushed up? That's probably not right. Blended? Let's say blended. That's nicer. Muddled.
Muddled is the right word, muddled.
Oh, all right. But yes, I mean, fuzzy nipple, that was one I had not even considered.
I heard fuzzy navel.
Is it fuzzy nipple or fuzzy navel? I feel like it might be fuzzy navel.
It depends on the bar.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I can order a fuzzy nipple.
I don't think Sex on the Beach has peach in it.
Does it?
I think it does.
If you aspire to have,
The way I make it, it does.
Chris, I need one of yours, Chris. Y'all have to make one when we meet. Yes.
Depends who makes them, yeah.
That's amazing.
You just need to send me a cocktail called
I got the cocktail recipe that we got tonight.
So Maria.
Oh, I'm glad you like that.
You did? Who made a cocktail?
Oh, I did.
Oh,
It's fine.
What'd you make?
I made the one that was suggested on your website, the gin and tonic with the orange.
Oh, yay!
Nice.
So why don't whoever came up with that?
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's so good.
And Elizabeth, are you back in school?
Nope, not till after Labor Day.
Oh, you're late. Yeah, our kids all started on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're in it. We're in it. Well, then you just keep drinking those gin and tonics. Yes. You just keep doing it. For those of you that that don't know what she's referencing, a newsletter went out today that has all kinds. It has a couple of recipes for either cocktails or mocktails, and then it's got a link to this huge, not huge, but a really nice list that Delish put together for different sort of summery, pretty drinks. So be sure to check your inbox for those. All righty, let's see. Wait, we've got a Mary Jo. You want us to do a search for Dorset buttons for a possible future companion craft? Make a brooch or button. Yeah. So yes, please tell us stuff like that. I want to just take your temperature again. I like to do that every once in a while. Are we still enjoying having the alternative craft kits? Is that something that you like as having part of it, or
yes,
rather just do notions? I'm
No.
just started planning 2022, so this is the time to speak up.
You're getting lots of yeses.
Okay, good. All right.
Lots.
I love that. I've told you that before. We are all multi-crafters here, and so it makes me really happy to be able to, branch out a little bit. But yes, please send those suggestions. If you don't have one right now, but you think of one, please just email. You can just send it to hello@yarnyay.com or support, whatever. She gets all of them. She gets all of them.
I get all of them.
All of the things, and we'll add it to a list, because I'm always looking for those extra little things that we can either put together, or if you know any great small businesses that you might want us to check out. It doesn't always work for every small business, our model, but we do like to try and make it work, or at least reach out. So either for kits or for anything that might be fun for a future box. All right, I think that that is it for us tonight. It was so nice to spend the time with you. Thank you for showing up, bringing drinks. Thank you for a tutorial. If you'd like to see more little mini tutorials during these things, I don't know if you prefer having just the show and tell, or if you like to have the little breakouts, please also let us know that. We are trying to evolve and, you know, sort of make the experience fun. Yeah, so that is that. All right, before I sign off, is there anything that anybody needs or wants to show? Last call, last call.
I'm super excited to be here. I'm so excited to meet new fiber friends. And I'm so glad that you guys love the yarn. So thank
we
you.
hope that you will come back. We do this the third Wednesday of every month, but this is the first time that we've actually had thematic cocktails and also a little tutorial. So, and we showed up. We showed up. We left our own houses to do it. So
we got cute and we got cute, not wearing black. Well, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with wearing black. I'm with you.
No, it's our complete like uniform that we just.
Becky informed us today because pretty cocktail theme and the color thing. She was like, none of you are allowed to wear black. And
I did it. I wore black. I got you at home.
Oh, guess who else wore black? So that is that. Well, thanks you guys. I will see you on the boards. Please keep your eye open for our newsletter. We are continuing to release new products and new things. In case you missed it, we have our Halloween boxes, our very first Halloween boxes. We're so excited about those. And we still have, I believe we still have some left. We still have those. For those of you that have signed up for our Block Builders Club, which is our modular sort of, it's like a block of the month, but we're doing a lot of projects that involve just squares. We have done a little early launch of my latest yarn line through that. So if you have not gotten an email about it, please just give us a little notice, because we're sending out those little kits. We will be officially launching the new yarn, which is called Montoya Merino, next month. And next month, I'll also be teaching at Vogue Knitting Live, the virtual edition. I'm teaching crochet for knitters. We'll just be covering, seaming, simple buttonholes, a tiny flower. And I'm also teaching a 1, 2, 3 square class that's really just showing you how you can turn all of those swatches that we make into small projects in and of themselves so that they don't go to waste. So if you're interested in that, you can check out vogueknitting.com and then just keep coming to YarnYAY. Keep coming to YarnYAY. We're going to be launching some other classes just on our own soon too. So hi, Tiny Kitty.
Oh my gosh, I want that cat.
This is my.
I don't need any more cats.
She has a new cat named Harvey Milk. I have a new puppy named Barley. You have a semi-new puppy named Luna. Like that's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. All right, everyone, have a great night, and I will. We'll all see you on the boards, and then back here next month. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.